this game was good. 7 out of 10. We talk about a game and go, well, what does this mean for the industry? What does this mean for the players? What does this mean for trends going forward, trends going backwards? How does this relate to, the past, the present, the future? And that's what Games Media will do. It's not about Overwatch 2 as an individual game out of context. It's about Overwatch 2 as a Blizzard game in the cultural landscape of now with all of the context.
Yeah. And that's where, it's interesting when you go to IGN.
Yeah.
They were broadly positive. They'd previously given Overwatch 1 a 10, which... I wouldn't give it a 10, but it depends what you even mean by 10. Because to some people, they wouldn't give something a 10, they wouldn't give it 100, but they might give it 5 stars. Because review systems are a bit weird. But their general thoughts were that it does evolve the format enough to call it Overwatch 2. But they did call into question, what sorts of things here are a good improvement for improvement's sake versus a change to facilitate the new structure of the game, and that is something potentially worth being mixed on.
Yeah, because a sequel can be a sequel and still be worse, as people who love Devil May Cry are very aware of with 2.
On the shift to 5v5, well, the new heroes are fun, the roster's well-balanced, and it's impressive that they do have a fun, well-balanced roster given the size of the game. Which, from just playing it at a press event, I think you could see that being a fairly reasonable thing. And roughly their conclusion is that, Overwatch 2, it is a fun game. It's not as good as it could be. Hopefully it'll mature on the basis of these new, fairly good foundations. Now, this is something that we can rather starkly contrast with PC Gamer. Which I just didn't feel it was right to summarize these down. Because... Tyler has some rather incredible paragraphs for us.
The prose in this review is absolutely fantastic. And some of that's because I also enjoy the scathing element of it.
It's theatrical.
But it's also really good.
Overwatch 2 is a sequel that, intentionally or not, is trying to bury its predecessor alive. The original Overwatch is still in there, bruised and broken, but the weight of Blizzard's commercial and competitive expectations keeps piling up. It's a sequel that attempts to renew its predecessor with layers of unnecessary complexity and refuses to reach inward to find and nourish the ambitious and joyful FPS beneath it all. Instead of synthesizing what made the original game enviable and revitalizing it, the sequel takes what was left and wraps it up in a monetization scheme that could finally kill it for good. And I think that is an encapsulation of what people's fears were. Because I think for a lot of people, they've just felt, okay, so you're making it a bit harder, a bit more esportsy in order to get that type of sweaty player. And then you're going to make it free to play for the money. Overwatch League and cosmetics. Yay! That's at least the cultural perception of Blizzard and this game. And as you said at the start, and as I think is obvious by any of the comments under just about any video we do, it is the cultural perception that, and it's the way that I titled that video, Blizzard have lost the narrative.
Yep.
They have. Because I think a game like, Valorant or something could do a lot of the same things that they do, and it would be treated differently because Blizzard lost control of the narrative.
Yeah, this is Overwatch 2 as a story, less Overwatch 2 as a game. Specifically, but it is also that as a game because as it goes on, again in his own words, now almost every hero, including its 3 new ones, have been imbued with high skill mechanics that feel tailored to esports pros, rather than the average players with no desire to play at that level. Who exactly is this game supposed to be for?
That's the thing. I honestly think it is more for me than it was in the past. I'm happy to say, I don't think this is really the direction that's ideal for, say my partner loved Overwatch, never played FPS. That's one example. But for somebody like me who, I grew up playing Call of Duty 2, running around with Car 98K, scoping people. That's what I did in a PC LAN center. So, higher skill cap, sweaty gameplay, that's actually entirely up my alley, and I will enjoy that more. Not everybody will, though. Especially not a lot of the new audience of Overwatch, because it's fair to say they expanded the genre.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's important here when you think about Overwatch 2 culturally and as a story and for the audience, right? It's not about shifting to go for a different audience with a different style of gameplay. People liked Overwatch because it was something new, it was something different. It was, hey, here's an FPS that's heavily inspired by the success of the MOBA.
Yeah.
And that was fantastic. That's why, I also love shooters, but I really liked Overwatch at launch because it was something new, it was something different. Because there's so many shooters in the market. It's do you want to play Overwatch 2 or Apex? Let's play Apex.
Yeah,
That's like the fundamental thing where they're trying to compete where they didn't have to compete before. They had their own niche, they had their own unique selling point, and according to Tyler's opinion, they've thrown that in the bin.
And it's one of those interesting things where Overwatch 1, of course, changed over time. And I think we definitely enjoyed it a lot more when we played it in and around the launch and the following year.
As did mostly everyone, it seems.
Yeah. Then as time goes on, though, really bad metas ended up developing, right? Like, I remember the one that was like very tank and support heavy that kind of just made matches extremely boring to the point where it was almost a threat to the Overwatch League itself. Like, that was pretty damn rough, and I know that is something that I would essentially hate playing. So it's changed. It's changed. It's good for me, but I have a feeling it won't particularly be good for a lot of people who would have loved Overwatch 1 at launch, but would look at, say, Valorant and think, well, I know that game is not for me because I want the opposite of CSGO DNA. Now, there is one thing I think that, it's the bit that people may worry about, right? And that is, of course, Overwatch 2 is lined with bars to fill and XP to gain in its new challenge system and seasonal battle pass. It's worth saying the seasonal battle pass, I believe it's £110 if you wanted to buy all of the tiers.
It's about that, yeah.
And the thing is, it's a 9-week long pass. And if you want that like super cool, amazing Genji skin at the very bottom, then, I mean, buckle up because you're going to have to play a hell of a lot of Overwatch 2 to progress through that. Now, Tyler says daily challenges seem to be randomized like most other games, and weekly, seasonal, and lifetime challenges are universal goals that reward trinkets like profile titles and icons. Wow. Played Reinhardt, even when he wouldn't be particularly effective, but he did that because he wanted to get his mitigation challenge done. He wouldn't blame other people for doing that too. That's just like in Halo Infinite, when somebody would have a challenge and they're like, I need to do this challenge in order to get my battle pass progression. But I am not good with the gun that this challenge wants me to use. I do not like using this gun. And you may say, well, it's just like just like a challenge in Call of Duty. Incentivize you to try a new gun, try something different. But it's Halo. You want to win. It's a competitive feeling game. And a lot of people just felt that challenge system was disruptive to their core gameplay. And certainly when I looked at those screenshots from Overwatch, yeah, the challenge system is rough. And the pacing of which, because you can earn Overwatch coins by doing the challenges, that's a premium currency. But it is such that persistent use will let you buy, every other season pass.
Yeah, there's something I went over them a little bit with a fine-tooth comb with Connor downstairs while just kind of waiting. And there was plenty of challenges that looked interesting, right?
Mm.
So there's definitely, I wouldn't hit it too hard. They've definitely avoided, the major pitfalls. Especially the seasonal ones have longer tails, so it's not going to be a daily. At least it didn't seem to be dailies or really egregious, but it still is daily, weekly. Get your battle pass XP. There didn't seem to be any kind of banking system, and that's the thing that's frustrating because you see a lot of games that are the kind of daily quest stuff. Lost Ark, as an example, has that 2.5 day bank system, where you just you haven't logged in for 2 days. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's actually genuinely fine. You can do all your dailies later on. And even World of Warcraft did that with callings. Whereas you've got a 3 day kind of, you can, as long as you log in, do your stuff every 3 days, that's okay. We're not going to force you to do this stuff every single day. They do that with other things, rares and stuff like that, but there is a little bit of that baked in, and they don't seem to have that. But generally the challenges they didn't seem really scuffed. They didn't seem as bad as Halo Infinite, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But then, obviously, Tyler does go on to say, this transformation, turning a game that was once about finding the best way to collaborate with your teammates into a solo-minded hunt to efficiently complete your dailies, it guts individual victories of their weight. And that's just, actually, I'll just continue because this is great. I was about to go off, but no, I'll just continue. Every match is a step towards a meta-level goal, task lists that supersede the organic fun of teamwork and ask you to chase multi-kills, keep up the shield for longer than you should, spend the entire match overhealing your allies instead of using your other supportive abilities. Overwatch 2 dilutes the spirit of its interlocking hero battles, unlocks its most impressive skins and cosmetics behind playing the way the battle pass suggests for hours a day. Which is fundamentally what everyone feared when this shit was going to be free to play.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you did what everyone expected of you, but it wasn't a good expectation.
And it'll break up people's motivational psychology. We keep on saying this. Battle pass fatigue is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was a time where people would call this stuff out about a battle pass. People would say, yeah, what, do you want loot boxes? Like, they have to make money somehow. This is better than that. But as time has went on, I really do feel like the battle pass fatigue, I guess, cultural idea, I feel like it's getting penetration, it's getting momentum. People are starting to think about that. Like, look, let's just say that you are a Blizzard Entertainment mono gamer, right? Like, you played their games as a kid, you played Warcraft 3, and you want to play all the Blizzard games. Well, I mean, you're going to have, of course, the pass in Hearthstone, you're going to have the pass in Diablo 4, you're going to have the pass in Overwatch 2. And if these passes are expecting a lot of gameplay, we're getting to a stage where it's becoming... see, you could always just say, well, don't buy the pass and just play the game. And that is, like, absolutely right. But the things that the company are bending the gameplay towards making you want to do, which is the thing that makes them money, is the battle pass, right? So these battle passes are all chirping for our attention. How can people just play enough games? Because if you do try to have this varied gaming diet, every single game is just going to be, like, you're going to be so bombarded, you know, with stores and battle passes. And look, I know they need to make money somehow, but when everyone is doing a big, long, infinite live service game with a battle pass, and, I mean, you're almost going to have in your calendar, like, all right, Overwatch Battle Pass lasts from, you know, now to 9 weeks, and then my Overwatch Pass, okay, that ends December 3rd, and, oh shit, what about my Halo Pass? It's okay, that lasts 3 years. You know, when the next patch comes out. But you get my point, right? Like, goddamn, man, it's fatiguing.
I know enough people who play multiple gacha games, and they're like, no, that's... How do you have a life? Not even that, because they spend so long. I was like, what? You know, you're just literally, like, chasing the whims of these companies that are, like, literally just artificially grabbing your attention. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's alright. It's fun enough. You're like, Jesus. I wish I could feel like that sometimes.
Pretty blue pilled.
Yeah.
Not that, and whenever I say blue pill, red pill, you know, I'm meaning this in the sense of the Matrix, the movie. Yeah. Not the interesting directions that all those things have taken in modern times. But to me, it just feels like all of the like, I mean, if you think about even in the Matrix, it's the robots basically stealing your attention. The machines literally are stealing your attention by keeping you in the Matrix, right? I feel like video game wise, the battle passes and all of these like engagement mechanics, they are the Matrix, right?
They are.
And it's just like what you were saying with your mate is into all the gacha games. It's like, yes, I'm playing all these gacha games. Yes, they are preying on me for money every single day. But you know what? I'm taking the blue pill because these gacha games help time move forward.
Like the cute girls like?
That's it. Do you want time to move forward while causing less pain? Take the blue pill, buy the battle pass. Eat the crickets. Which
is weird because it's not even like the red pill in this equivalent is any like more difficult and more dangerous. It's literally just
the red pill. Buy indie games.
Yeah, it's literally just getting Game Pass and playing Metal Hellsing every couple hours. Like, but that's the thing where that is, it's that whole race of the F2P nightmare system that is a battle pass is just it's there. It's artificially grabbing your attention. It's artificial as opposed to the natural of the game being good. That's harder, so companies don't rely on it because. Otherwise, you have to learn to make a really good, engrossing game, and that's hard. That's hard.
If this is the Matrix, does that mean like Joseph Fares? Is he Jesus? I mean Neo.
I think so.
Okay, good.
Maybe.
Good. Well, I hope he gets a better ending than Neo did. Oh man, right. So this is just hitting on the sorts of things that do make you and me worry. That give both of us fatigue, and I think that really is a pity. I remember watching RB and the Chief and thinking that Recon Armor was cool. If you told me that Recon Armor was just buying a whole bunch of tiers, then that would be lame. And like as an example of this, there's a new Spider-Verse movie coming out, by the way, Into the Spider-Verse. Despite being a Sony Pictures movie, is actually incredible. It really is. Love that. And there's a new one coming out. So of course it has a tie-in with a cultural Katamari, Fortnite. Now, if you want to get Gwen, because you look at all the characters in that, like, Gwen is this like new cool looking Spider-Man or spider person, spider peoples. Now, she's the very bottom. So you'd have to play a lot of rounds of Fortnite. I think it was Darth Vader in the previous one as well. Or of course, you just buy the skips. Because playing enough Fortnite to earn Gwen is going to take you a bloody long time. And that's exactly what it's doing with Mythic Genji. So I would love to see the stats, you know, for Mythic Genji owners. What percentage... if I could just have, like, a little graph of Genji ownership, and I'd like to see the distribution of XP, you know, Battle Pass XP gained for all the different people who own Genji. Just as a way of showing, like, oh yeah, this person, you know, they got like 40 levels and bought the other lot. Because I have a feeling that a lot of people, you know, will do that. And you might say, oh yeah, so the Genji skin's actually 110 quid. Well, it's like, no, not really. And they are for the whales. Because remember, they don't make this Battle Pass for you to grind and get all the things. Like, they want that because if you are grinding there, then you are providing, you know, you're providing a nice service, filling in queues and actually being there in the game, so that the people who they make money off can log in, quickly find a match, and think, oh wow, I can get, like, you know, 30 skins and all this stuff and a Mythic Genji, and then they just drop all the money at once. You might think that's crazy. There's people who spent 40, 50 grand on Diablo Immortal.
More than that now, for sure.
Yeah, there's somebody who spent 14 grand on Mass Effect 3 loot boxes. And that's not even a full, you know, full Nightmare Hellscape live service. That was like, what, 2012?
Yeah. That was only at a fraction of EA's par. But now, thankfully, loot boxes are largely dead outside of most situations. So, all we have to do is kill battle passes next. We'll have good luck getting that done.
Yeah.
But I definitely need to print that just because it's in my head again. We definitely need to print, like, the EA quote from the Goldman Sachs meeting. I'll put it, like, here behind me so I can just point to it now. But it is, the quote is, let me just find, exactly, yes. Minutes engaged and money spent correlates on almost a one-to-one basis. I'm going to say this every day for the rest of my life because it's always going to be relevant to how these games are made.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Keep watching our videos.
Yeah.
With you. To go to the conclusions then. Overwatch 2 doesn't feel ready yet. For everyone who still actively plays Overwatch, the sequel has enough new toys to play with and unlock, but the beating heart of the game I devoted thousands of hours to my life to is a series of misguided balance changes and monetization systems away from flatlining. So this is not, like, this isn't just some fair weather hater. This is someone who spent thousands of hours. Like, I spent hundreds of hours probably in Overwatch. Certainly not thousands. And it's, you know, it's that thing where, to be honest, I think I'll enjoy Overwatch 2 more than he will, because it does seem like it's game more for me. But at the end of the day, who should the audience be? Someone like me who will never really be that good at a video game, but almost wants to LARP being good at a video game? Or people who just want to hop into Overwatch and just, you know, have a bash, have some fun with their friends, like they did with Overwatch 1, because that is what made it so new and refreshing. So it's kind of rough. Overwatch 2 wouldn't be what it is without the game that came before it, and now it's trying to reinvent myself. I just worry about what will be lost when it finally does.
Yeah.
That's it. And if, I mean, for another encapsulation of the gameplay from Games Radar. But hey, I mean, even you look at FF14. Well, hello everyone. It's been a pretty busy week. Turns out things have happened.
I was expecting that to be like a full bombastic intro, and then you just come out with
Didn't
this
happen,
little
yeah.
gentle voice. I'm like, oh Jesus,
ya.
that was it was a little bit of a whiplash for me. So, hello everyone.
Yeah, I never know what you're going to get. Yeah, it's kind of crazy though. 60 days till the expansion.
Is it really 60 days?
I think it's like 60 days.
Oh yeah, because it's the 30th of September, and then there's 2 months, so that's about 6
Yeah.
days.
And per the
Shit.
leaks, the
Yes.
patch is going to be in 3 weeks, maybe 4. Soon.
Yeah,
So
was
it's
it
all
the-
happening.
Yeah, October 25th.
Yeah.
they said was the TBD date for the pre-patch.
That is what the
Yes.
leak that has lined up with all the other dates that we've
Yes,
seen.
that's what I meant by they. I
Yeah,
didn't mean they
yeah.
Blizzard. I meant they the leak. So yeah, that's more or less it. It's a Dragonflight time.
Yeah, so
I was
we're...
definitely expecting to wait. That announcement completely blindsided me because I wasn't even at my PC, and I got home. I was like, okay, well, I'll make dinner. My phone was in my bag. I was like, okay, sweet. I'll make dinner and sit down. I was like, what if everything's happened? And the first thing I see is a video went live. I'm like, oh, release date. Oh, so yeah, sometimes I do get the news from our own channel. So that was
Shocking.
nice. But I fully didn't expect it because I
Yeah.
completely expected this to be a, hey, we're gonna do the Blizzard thing of, I guess, pace out our news to control the narrative, or try to control the PR cycle and like constantly have headlines flowing so people will be happy and think about Blizzard all the time. I was like, okay, well, Overwatch is out next week, so I expect them to go, Overwatch is out, bam, shit, we need to cover up the bad press, and that's Dragonflight released it. Not literally, but you know, it would feel that way. I expect them to kind of pace it that way, but no, there's like the Dragonflight team, the World of Warcraft team now do whatever they want on their own time, and you're like, sweet, nice,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, so essentially we know what to expect. I think this is all pretty damn good news. And we're in a funny situation now, right? Where this point in time, I said it in the video yesterday, but this point in time, in the last 2 expansions, there was just a laundry list of issues. Not so. Like, I'm sure there's some classes that, or maybe people wish there was a little bit more work done. I'm sure there'll be a few little balance, hitches here and there. And obviously, we could all say, oh, we'd like more content. But in terms of the things that torpedo an expansion, because, like, ultimately, Shadowlands stuff, it would have been fine, I mean, story issues aside, if it just didn't have all the frustrating stuff. Because, funnily enough, like, I was really enjoying playing Season 4 with you. That still is Shadowlands, like, gameplay and systems and all that. It's just whenever the busy work, is taken away, it's still fun. So I think all of that proves that an expansion that's just a pretty damn solid slice of the game that isn't fighting with you is pretty big. But yeah, it's crazy. There's no big drama, right? Like, remember how there were the Azerite Wars, the Covenant Wars, we're veterans of both of those. There is no such similar thing here at all.
Yeah, and that's the thing where even people think back to Legion and go, Legion was this perfect idyllic time and it was flawless. But everyone who I wasn't even part of this because I just was kind of on a break after a while and then came back to play Legion as opposed to being stuck in like the beta run and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, Legion seems fine. But in retrospect, there was a lot of people going, we told you about the legendaries, you bastards. We told you this wouldn't work. And it didn't work and people were pissed off. But they were like, most players on average were able to look past that and play because, like we were talking about earlier, content is king and to have the content.
Yeah.
So that's the idea of, there's not even one of those. There's not even these legendaries are going to wreck this for certain people. The worst that's happening is this class isn't really super there fully entirely sorted yet, and that's the kind of thing of just, oh shit, there's this crazy thing of there's nothing to be angry about. I mean, there will be things to be angry about. They will pop up because obviously that's how the world works. But there's all these ideas of just where's the problem? Where's the problem? And you could argue, well, some of that is because there's not really an awful lot advertised for there to be a problem about. It's not even like there's a shit ton of, oh hey, here's all these systems that we think are good and they're going to be bad. There's a lot of just no. I mean, that's it, right? If you don't do anything, you can't do it wrong. So you pare it back to the fundamentals, pare it back to the simple stuff.
F.
And everyone goes, we have. It's only a minor F. It's still doing fine. Yeah. It's only a very, very minor F. But yeah, no, that's D2K says, no news is good news.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's it with Dragonflight. And also on the gaming channel, there's a review of the story so far by me, so go watch that after. It is
oh wow, that's coming out today. Yeah,
that's already out. I was there earlier today.
Oh, and it's already out.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you can go watch it afterwards.
Excellent.
Yeah, you can watch me talk about Dragonflight story for 30 minutes, comparing it to FF, of course, which is.
What are you fuck nugget shitheads doing?
Oh god. So Dad's here.
Fucking young and piece of shit.
Dad woke up. Quick, get him a beer.
Yes, please. Where's the beer?
I'm drinking it.
Where the fuck's mine?
Sorry, no one's here. Leave a message after the beep.
No hablo española.
Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish. Alright, just keep pulling them out of my trap. 'Cause that's how damage works.
Have you tried doing more damage without your trap?
Nope, need the trap to do damage.
Have you tried using metamorphosis? Always
Nope.
works for me.
I don't know. I beat you on one fight yesterday in damage, so must be doing something right.
Was I AFK or dead?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I beat you on that last fight in Gundrak.
Last fight in Gundrak. Oh, probably wasn't paying
And you
attention.
were not the one that got impaled.
I know for a fact I was the one fucking around on the trash because, god damn it. This fucking ally just tagged that mob. Fuck him, I'll take all of his other ones.
Man, those BOE boots are nice. I should have needed on them. I'll be nice.
You should save up 2k gold and go buy that ring from fucking Playful.
Fuck no.
Or tell him to give it to you, because god damn that ring is amazing.
Oh, that's a sexy ass ring, that's for sure.
He was trying to sell it for 2k gold, and I'm like, there's no way that's only going for 2k gold. Like, only on this server, because nobody has that much money right now. And yeah.
I wonder if it's that price because only one other person's found it or something.
Probably. People are idiots.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just watching prices just tank on Auction House.
Yeah, because auction house bots are fighting. You can literally watch them do it where they just go like 5 silver under one, and then the other one will pull their auctions down. It'll pull like 20 auctions down instantaneously, and then they'll all go back up within like 20 seconds, all 5 silver under what that guy did. And the second they go up, all the other ones go off, and then they come back. I've already reported like 20 of them. It's insane.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, it's literally just bots sitting there fighting each other to be the lowest price too, and it's fucking disgusting.
They gotta relive their glory days.
They're not actually playing the game. They're fucking botters who are farming for RMT. That's what it is. Well, how do you know they're doing it? Just shut up. Like, we can literally sit there and watch them. You know that Zales guy has been online for, what, 4 days now straight? Yep, still online. Level 1 Undercity Mage. He's sitting there. It walks. I've been into Undercity and found it. It sits on top of an auction house thing, and it walks back and forth between it and the mailbox right next to it, like every 10 seconds. And whenever it walks up to the the fucking auctioneer, it starts spam emoting because it's fucking clicking search over and over again and opening and closing the auction house as fast as the bot program will. And it's just like,
It's so funny that all these bots still use click to move that they refuse to remove out of the game.
yeah, I know. Fucking remove it. Well, the thing is, you could still program it to just be like W forward to auctioneer, press S for a certain amount of seconds to walk backwards to be in range of the fucking mailbox. It's dumb. But also as dumb as having to go turn this quest back into Thorm up there on top of the fucking pillar, all the way up there.
glad this playthrough I actually have flying early on. I remember when I first started playing the game, I didn't have enough gold.
Oof.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good job, buddy. Nobody has fucking mana. Alright.
Somebody do
Start
something
to fight
stupid.
Fucking Viper. Fantastic. Love it.
Yo, I got these mana pots. I mean, I could mail them to you. Oh, wait. I just tripped up and deleted them instead of mailing them to a hunter.
Oh, yeah.
No. Send them to me, to the priest.
No, no mail for anyone.
Womp womp.
Alright.
I mean, sure, I'm sitting
Noted.
on 38 flask.
-10 DKP.
I'm sitting on top of
Yep.
38 fucking flask for spell power flask
Yeah.
right now.
Now you're on the bottom of the loot table.
Yeah, well, I'm going to a different guild then.
Crickets.
I mean, if they have
Physics
DKP, you
and-
start at the bottom there too. I always love that from people. It's just like, all right,
Not
fuck
true.
this system. I'm going to a new guild. It's just like, okay, cool.
Not
You-
true.
You haven't built
Bottom.
any rapport.
I mean, especially since you got the main fucking warlock role in the guild.
Besides, honestly, I wouldn't stay in the guild if it was like that, where I just gave people flask and stuff for fucking loot preference. I wouldn't want to be here because I wouldn't want to have to fight against people doing that. That would encourage RMT within the guild.
No, that's not at all how
mean-
we do things.
I fucking send nudes to the guild leader.
Yeah,
I
can you
mean-
please stop?
I mean, oh, is that what it takes? Be right back. I'm gonna send him a ton of
Oh,
goatsy
yeah,
pictures.
You say that in front of your buddies. You weren't saying that last
I mean,
night,
he's
huh?
like, oh, what do you think about this item? As a screenshot, I open it and it's fucking his feet and his dick in the picture. Like, bro, please stop.
yeah? Charge them double. Feet pics and dick pics? Bro, that's how you get them.
Dude, I'm gonna have to charge him triple because I'm gonna send him a goatsy.
Hell yeah.
Give him the brain.
I was really hoping somebody would be like, "What's a goatsy?" so I could immediately link it to you in Discord, and then here you just be like, "Ah!"
I like to send them the bat wing.
Caw-caw.
I guess hoarding the mana per fire is really making a difference now.
You want some mana per 5? I could make you like 15 mana per 5 flask.
I have those. I have 30 mana per 5 flask.
Why?
I don't know, they just gave it to me for free with the rating shit.
No, those are elixirs. I'm talking flask.
Oh,
These things in guild, I could make about 35 of them right now.
What are you doing in the mountains?
I linked them in guild. Flask of pure mojo.
Farewell.
Sons of Hodier quest line started. I'm 3 bubbles from 79 and I already have 14 emblems of heroism.
So yeah, that's what I got. I think you must have been doing the same quest that I've been doing. That's where I've only
I'm
gotten
doing
mine.
every single quest in Storm Peaks, then I'll do every single quest at ICC while waiting for heroics.
Yeah. I'm doing Halls of Lightning now. I want to hit 79 or get close. And then I'm going to start the Sons of Hodir stuff from 79 to 80.
Yeah, I'm doing the Sons of Hodier stuff right now.
Need to get that rep.
Everybody in the guild does. And everybody in the guild needs to do their dailies every single fucking day because you only get two dailies to do, and then you get more dailies unlocked as you go up in rep levels, so you can't fall behind on it, and you need to... Honestly, we should be selling the fucking Marks of Ulduar since they're going for like 5 gold fucking each right now.
I know.
I want to sell them, but at the same time I'm like, but rep. But I'm just sitting there looking like, but money. But rep. But
Yeah.
money.
It's gonna take a while to get exalted.
Well, there's people who are already exalted because they, spent RMT gold. Because there's people like, I have 40,000 gold to blow. And I'm like, this First Start server came out how long ago? Like less than a month ago? Or like right at a month ago? And you already have 50,000 gold? I'm like, how much did you pay for that IRL?
Yeah, one of guy I know though, he was able to farm like almost 5k in a day, just spamming that stupid dungeon in Outland.
Botanica.
Not sure. Hellfire Rampart, I think.
Mm.
He was like
Yeah.
he was like a prot pally, he was just farming Rampart.
Yeah, I was watching Asmongold
That will
farm
actually do it.
Botanica.
Thing is, right now, if you're a prot warrior and you're 80, go back and farm Botanica. You'll actually make a shit ton of gold doing that.
Yeah, priests are probably like the worst farmers of all time. They're slow as shit, mana problem.
Yeah, I love it as a warlock. I don't have a mana problem. And I can turbo farm if I go Affliction. I don't even know of a spot in Storm Peaks where I can farm about 1,000 gold an hour just from mobs. Just from the grays they drop, not counting anything else, just the gray items. There's mobs in Storm Peaks that drop a gray item. They always drop between 1 to 2 of them, and each one of them sells for 65 the silver per piece.
Wow.
And if I go Affliction, I can literally run around and insta-cast 2 or 3 dots on each one and kill them all as I go. Just beep, 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 next, beep, 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 next, beep, 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 next, and they respawn fast as fuck.
Yeah.
Also, they have the highest chance to drop Jez-T's Bell.
Nice.
I am now friendly with the Sons of Hodir.
Nice.
I can buy nothing. Requires at least Honored to get the Shoulder Enchant. Even the Honored one's good, especially for the Paladin, or for the Priest. 18 spell power and 5 MP5, just for the Honored one. Mine's 18 spell power and 10 crit.
Leather again.
What's the
They also have the Frost
one
enchant
there?
that they also
AP
have.
one of them?
Well, hold on. They also have the head enchant everybody in the guild needs when we get to Nex.
Yep.
To do Saffron. 25 frost resist and 30 stamina to helm item. That plus a paladin aura will literally take care of all the frost resist you need for 10 man Nex and 25 man for whatever his name is. The one for hunters, that's the tank one, defense and dodge to shoulders. Use the same one the rogue and everybody else uses, which is the basic one is 30 AP and 10 crit.
Okay. Yeah,
The
crit's good.
exalted one is 40 AP and 15 crit.
That'll be good.
Also,
Crit will
he
be
gives
solid.
a ton of stuff for tailors and jewel crafters. He gives the critical strike gem pattern.
Okay, well, there's a fat 100 gold for those 2 quests, real quick.
So let me ask you this, because you're pretty knowledgeable on all this shit.
What's up?
Is there a better engineering recipe for bullets, or am I stuck with?
Do you
mammoth
have
cutters?
you have the mammoth cutters, I believe, until Oldawire? Let me see. The name of it will jog my memory because I saw it the other day and I was like, oh, I know where that is.
Okay.
Hold on. Engineering projectiles. You go with the mammoth cutters. Yeah, you'll get the shatter rounds later, which is these I linked in guild. There's also, of course, an arrow version of them.
Yes.
Shatter rounds, and
What are
those come from an ICC. It requires the action verdict honored. That's
Oh,
ICC.
Okay.
Do you have the cutters yet? Because those are the best ammo you can get right now.
Cutters right now.
Yeah,
I've been using cutters since I leveled yesterday.
Those are the best ones you can get. But if you notice, though, the shatter rounds require 2 crystallized earth each. So
yeah, it's so
whenever
cheap.
whenever those come out, crystallized earth, they will become incredibly expensive because everybody will
Yep.
be making shatter rounds and using them.
Yeah, I'll be hoarding crystallized earth.
What does the ice blade arrow take to make? The ice blade arrow requires crystallized shadow. Ow. That's gonna hurt. Also, I got a transmute last night, which is amazing. I literally get to print some gold every day now. Oh, where is it?
The tailor cloth thing was super fucking worth. They're selling for like 400 gold and it costs like almost nothing to make.
Well, I don't
And it
sell for
drops
that
2 of
much.
them. Yeah.
I don't sell for that much anymore. I make literally it's just like 15 free gold a day because I turn 1 eternal water into 1 eternal fire.
Oh, nice.
I'm just like, and free money.
Yeah.
It all adds up.
Yeah, just yeah, because it's like 2 gold for an eternal water on the age, and the other one's like 16 to 20 gold. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely a banker. They capped it at once per day, otherwise it'd be too strong.
That one does later on become no longer capped, but not right now. It's not.
Probably the eternal fire price gonna drop a lot.
Oh yeah, because every single alchemist will run over there and be like, yee. I know I will. What do I need to do here? I get to ride another frost giant. Run around and gather snow.
Oh god. Alright.
Feeding the boomkin.
Oh wait.
Man.
I'm giving PI on spam.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie.
Give me PI on spam. Especially now that I finally got an additional rank of Shadow Bolt, so I can go back to using that like I'm supposed to correctly. Which feels so much better.
Hell, did someone just level?
You know what the really funny part is?
Why is Wolf level?
Being a demo lock is funny because you can replace 2 other classes with just the 1 demo lock. You don't need boomkins or the shamans with a demo lock.
Why?
Because we supply the same buffs that boomkins and well, we don't supply the Mark of the Wild, but we literally do every other debuff on the boss that those 2 classes do.
Yeah, Innervate is really nice though.
And boomkin damage is really nice.
Boomkin damage is really nice also, yeah, especially in AoE pulls.
I have yet to not out AoE a boomkin.
That boomkin used to be #1 monk in Legion. He's always fucking pumping. Damn Hanks.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Oh my god, alright, faster cooldown. Fucking vehicle.
Isn't ready yet.
I didn't do a single winter grass yet, but I'm under cap, so. But not anymore. I bought the cape. The cape was huge.
Yeah, I do winter grass for the heirloom. That's all I really care about.
That's what I'd be doing it for. Can you buy them with honor right now?
No, you can't.
Or are you just doing it for
that'd be great.
the marks?
Yeah, you gotta get marks of honor, 300 of them per heirloom.
Gotcha.
And then more if you want to get the weapon. And then
How many
the
marks
other,
can you get per run?
it varies. Well, the actual, it's the Stonekeeper shards that you need for the heirloom gear.
I
And
think
you
I
get,
have that.
yeah, you get that from doing the actual
Yeah.
quest in there.
Yeah.
For the runs, you just get
I
the
have
winter grass marks.
170 of those shards. How much you need?
300.
Halfway there.